Now we're going to look at taking some derivatives using rules that we learned in previous math courses. If y is a constant, then the derivative is 0. If y is some function of x to a power, where a power here has to be a real number, then we simply take the n down and subtract 1 from the exponent to take the derivative. If y is a constant multiplied by a function, well, we take the derivative of the function and we leave the constant. And finally, we're going to look at some that if y is the sum or difference of two functions, then we take the derivative of the first function plus or minus, is missing here, plus or minus the derivative of the second function. So the first example we have here is y equals -5. That's a constant. So using the first rule here, we know the derivative is 0. And that's all we're doing there. The next example, y equals x cubed. So we're going to use this rule here. The derivative is 3x squared. 3 comes down, 3 minus 1 is 2. So that's that rule. There's our derivative. Next we have y equals x. Remember, y equals x could be written as y equals x to the power of 1, in which case 1 comes down, 1 minus 1 is 0, so we get y prime is 1 x to the 0. X to the 0, if you're not sure, that's 1. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. So the answer then is 1 times 1, or 1. So let me just write that as you would likely do it. The derivative of x is 1. That's what we've showed here, but most likely you're just writing it quickly like that. And that's using this rule here again. This next example, we have a constant times a function. So here's a constant times a function. We're going to use this rule and then this rule to take the derivative. So here it says we ignore the constant. So we just write the 3 again. The derivative of x squared is 2x. And then we simplify, getting 6x as the derivative. The final example we use for this video is if we are taking the derivative of the sum of all these functions. So we're actually going to use this rule, and this rule here all together. So we keep the 5, bring down the 3. 5 times 3 is going to give you 15. X, 3 minus 1 is 2. So 15x squared. That's the derivative of the first part. And we just treat each part separately. So the derivative of the second part is going to be 3 multiplied by the 2 that comes down. 6, 2 minus 1, 1. Plus 2 stays. The derivative of x, we saw a couple of examples ago, was simply 1. So that's just 2. And the derivative of 4 is 0. So there's our final answer for that one.